I am Miss Dear Kansas, and I'm witnessing for the Lord. And today we pick it up here at the picnic lunch, 125. Let several families living in a city or village unite and leave the occupations which have taxed them physically and mentally, and make excursion into the country, to the side of a fine lake, or to a nice grove where the scenery of nature is beautiful. They should provide themselves the plain, hygienic food, the very best fruits and grains, and spread their table under the shade of some tree and under the canopy of heaven. The ride, the exercise, and the scenery will quicken the appetite, and they will enjoy a repast of which kings might envy. Testimonies for the Church, 1514, 1867, CD 863. Avoid excess in cooking, 793. Advance to sedentary workers, 225. Simplicity in Sabbath day, or Sabbath dietary, 561. 126. Let those who advocate health reform strive earnestly to make it all that they claim that it is. Let them discard everything detrimental to health. Use wisdom, wholesome food. Fruit is excellent and saves much cooking. Discard rich pastries, cakes, and other dishes prepared to tempt the appetite. Eat fewer kinds of food at one meal, and eat with thanksgiving. Letter 135, 1902, CD 871. Simplicity in entertaining. 127. Christ has given his own life, a lesson of hospitality. When surrounded by the hungry multitude beside the sea, he did not send them unrefreshed to their homes. He said to his disciples, "Them to meat," Matthew 14:16. And as an act of creative power, supplied food sufficiently to satisfy their need. Yet how simple was the food provided? There were no luxuries. He who had all the resources of heaven at his command could have had spread for his people a rich repast. He supplied only that which would suffice for their need, that which was the daily food of fisherfolk about the sea. CD 872. If men were today simple in their habits, living in harmony with nature's laws, there would be an abundant supply for all the needs of the human family. There would be a fewer imaginary wants, more opportunity to work in God's ways. Christ did not seek to attract men to him by gratifying the desired luxury. The simple fare provided was assurance not only his power, but of his love, of his tender care for them and the common needs of life. Testimonies for the Church, 6, 345, 1900, CD 873. 128. Men and women who profess to be followers of Christ are often slaves to fashion and to a gluttonous appetite. Preparatory to fashionable gatherings, time and strength, which should be devoted to higher and nobler purposes, are expended in cooking a variety of wholesome dishes. Because it is fashioned, many who are poor and dependent upon their daily labor will be to the expense of preparing different kinds of rich cakes, preserves, pies, and a variety of fashionable food for visitors, which only injure those who partake of them, when at the same time they need the amount thus expended to purchase clothing for themselves and children. The time occupied in cooking food to gratify the taste at the expense of the stomach should be devoted to the moral and religious instruction of their children. CD 881. Fashionable visiting is made an occasion of gluttony. Hurtful food and drinks are partaken of in such a measure as to greatly tax the organs of digestion. The vital forces are called into unnecessary action and the disposal of it, which produces exhaustion, excuse me, and and greatly disturbs the circulation of the blood as a result. Want of vital energy is felt throughout the system. The blessings which might result from a social visiting are often lost for the reason that your entertainer, instead of being profited by your conversation, is toiling over the cook stove preparing a variety of dishes for you to feast upon. Christian men and women should never permit their influence to countenance such a course by eating of the dainties thus prepared. Let them understand that you object in visiting them is not to indulge the appetite, but that your associating together, interchange of thoughts and feelings might be a mutual blessing. The conversation should be of that elevating, ennobling character, which could afterwards be called to remembrance with feelings of the highest pleasure. How to Live, 154, 55, 1865, CD 882. $129. Those who entertain visitors should have wholesome, nutritious food from fruits, grains, and vegetables, prepared in a simple, tasteful manner. Such cooking will require but little extra labor or expense, and partaken of in moderate quantities will not injure one. If worldlings choose to sacrifice time, money, and health to gratify the appetite, let them do so and pay the penalty of violation of laws of health. But Christians should never position in regard to these things and to exert their influence in the right direction. They can do much in reforming these fashionable, health and soul-destroying customs. How to Live, 155, 56, 1865, CD 883. Example of Christians at their table to help it to those weak in self-control, 354. Elaborate feasts, a burden and an injury, 214. Effect of elaborate entertaining upon one's own children and family. Sin of spare diet for family and excess for visitors, 284. A simple diet best for children, 349, 356, 357, 360, and 365. Simplicity and preparation of health foods, 399, 400, 401, 402, 403, 404, 405, 407, and 410. All right, we'll pick it up here tomorrow at Ready for the Unexpected Guest. I'm Misty Arkansas, and I'm out.